Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your April 2019 love reading. If you are new, I am Princess India. If you are old, don't want to call you old. If you're family, what's going on, my friend? What's going on? So we're doing things the same, but a tad bit different. I'm going to include in the first part of you guys reading a portion from your extended, which if you're watching this in the premiere, hey, how you doing? I'm here, like down there, it's not awkward. But anyway, if you're watching this in the premiere, it may or may not be in the description box below, or if you're watching it immediately after it's posted, it may or may not. Depends on how much the universe loves me, because I'm doing personal readings in between each one for YouTube to make sure that I get all of these out in an appropriate time frame. So the extendeds are kind of pushed back, but the link should be down there. If it's not, it'll be there, today or tomorrow, something along those lines. But enough about logistics, my friend. Everything else you need to know is in the description box below this video. So I'm ready to get in your business, Virgo. What's going on with you? Doing an overall energy. It's a part of the extended read, but I'm going to go ahead and include it here. Then we're going to look at an overall energy for Virgo, as well as your hopes, your fears, and wow, let me close my phone. My notifications are going bonkers right now. I don't know why. Anyway, then we have your soul lesson, and then we are doing the same thing for your person of interest. Now, here is where the switcheroo is. Usually it's, the sign I'm reading for in the cross watcher, but the way that we're doing it this time around is, if you're a Virgo, you're going to pay attention to the first line. If you're a person who is cross watching this video for a Virgo person, then you would probably resonate more with the first line, and then the second line is going to be about your Virgo person that you're cross watching for. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. I think I did a good job at explaining that, and I feel like I deserve a pat on the back. So jumping right in. Your overall energy for you and your other person, we have the Listen card, and this is the High Priestess. So in so many words, what's imperative for this relationship as of now in April is going to be listening to your intuition. This can be in reference to each other. This can be in reference to how you all are responding to each other, how you're dealing with challenges you guys may be facing in the relationship or what have you. It's just the most important thing is, or even if it's in the event, if you're kind of on the fence about this relationship, is really to tune into spirit and to listen to your inner guidance and utilize wisdom in how you guys are dealing with each other. Now, hidden influences, things that are going on behind the scenes, we have the third eye chakra in reverse. So somebody is asleep. They might be sleepwoke. Hopefully they're not comatose. But hidden influences is the fact that there's blocks between you guys' communication, and this is either one or both of you. The intention is for this energy to be for both of you, but whichever one of you is watching me, whether you're a cross watcher or a Virgo, whatever, right? But the thing is that there's a lack of not listening to spirit, right? Now, and this can be two different ways, because with the third eye being in reverse, it means that it's either overactive or it's underactive, right? Because it's in reverse, so it's blocked, right? So main thing is, just like it is in tarot, so the same with our chakra system, right? Whenever it's in reverse, meaning that there's a blockage or it's overactive, right? Because chakras aren't ever really blocked. They're either under or overactive. So whether you are on either side of this scale, you always want to look at, like in tarot, you would look at the card before when you get a reversal. So with the chakra system, you want to look at the chakra before that, right? The chakra before the third eye chakra is your throat chakra. So somebody ain't speaking the truth, right? Or things that people are saying, either you're talking too much, you know what I'm saying? Talking a little too much. Like if your third eye is overactive, you're getting a lot of like spiritual visions, and you may be, not that you're overdoing it spiritually, but you may be talking too much, like spending too much time in the spiritual realm and not grounding yourself, right? In your earthly life, because, we're 100% spirit, 100% human. Or it could be that you have an overactive third chakra and you are receiving a lot of downloads, but you're not speaking them, which can cause a 10 of Wands moment, you know, because if you're clairvoyant and you get messages and you don't deliver them, the energy will start to burden you. It's a little side note there. But then for others of you, it could be that you're dealing with someone who has yet to open their third eye, and in dealing with a relationship with them, or you dealing with a relationship with a person who does have their third eye open, or both of you could have them closed. I don't know. Either way, it depends on your situation. But the whole thing is that in this relationship, there needs to be a level of divine wisdom utilized in following spirit for this to work out properly, or for the two of you to get on the same page. And there's something that's blocking that from happening, right? Now, going straight to your blocks position, I hope that made sense. Just trying to get a lot of stuff out there. Y'all know I get excited when we talk about chakras. All right. Blocks. We have the 7 of Pentacles awaiting results card. Yeesh. Okay. Here's the thing. Narrative overall, either it's Virgo or the person cross-watching Virgo has been waiting for something in this relationship to change, waiting for the person to make a move, waiting for, you know, ROI, return on my goddamn investment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I added some letters up in there, you know, and it's not happening, right? Things seem kind of stagnant, but you're still waiting, right? Now, the question becomes at this point in the game, and this is me just kind of, you know, throwing this out there. We don't know for sure because we haven't gotten into your individual cards. But it would seem to me that one or both of you is waiting for something to happen. Or you're either waiting on something to happen for the two of you, waiting for someone to come back, waiting for someone to commit, or waiting for something. We don't know what the something is. But it's the fact that there's a need to tune into the intuition to see what's really going on here, right? So it very well could be someone who has an underactive third eye, because with the 7 of Pentacles, that's a 3D card. So it's dealing with the physical realm. So it's waiting for something in the physical and not seeing it, but needing to attune to the intuition, because it very well could be that, like talking about downloads and stuff, I'm trying not to make this like so esoteric, but it's coming out. It's more or less like when seasons change, you know how you can kind of sense it in the air before it rains? Like you can smell rain in the air and you can kind of sense a shift. That's how it works when energies are shifting. So in reference to the relationship, whether it's one or both of you, there's a need to attune back to your connection with spirit to know how to either move forward or to tune in to what's about to manifest, if that makes sense, right? Now, jumping right in for Virgo or person cross-watching Virgo, the card that we have, well, that answered my question. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So, Virgo, I would venture to say that you guys are waiting on someone and you're not listening to your intuition in reference to this relationship, dear, you know? You may have even physically, I'm sorry, that's me messing with my microphone. You may have physically left a person, right? Like you guys may not even be together anymore, but they're still in your auric field. So if in a mental space or in an emotional space, your mind or heart is still with someone, even if they're not physically here, that creates a level of stagnation, right? Because it's all about energy investments, right? So wherever it is that we're putting our energy, even if it's not in like a physical, like action-oriented, touchy 3D sense, it's just the fact that it's almost like a bank account that your energy is invested in, right? So the first card that we have is your desires, and we have the 9 of chalices. Ooh, in your fears, we have the Queen of chalices. There's a whole lot of water going on here. And in your soul lesson position, we have the King of chalices. All that water, Virgo? You better watch that. You know your earth sign, all that water, you know, water and earth, you get mud, you know, waiting. Just saying. So anyway. So you're desiring wish fulfillment. Oh God. Oh, this just got real. All right. So here is the thing. Overall, Virgo, you want happiness, you want a commitment, you want fulfillment, you want all kinds of stuff. You know, you want to be drunk in love with a water sign person. And I feel like for Virgos, this could be male or female, right? But I feel like there's a fear that this person is seeing someone else, you know? And now that's opening up to something else. For one set of Virgos, there's a person that you want to be with or a person that you're waiting on. But now you're coming to a place to where, and it could even be your intuition trying to tell you that this person is seeing someone else and in a level of denial of like not wanting to believe it, right? Then for others of you, it's a fear that you won't be able to be nurturing or intimate or, you know, like Empress-like with this person, if that makes sense. So it's more or less like a fear that you didn't love the person as much as you could have, or you didn't show as much affection as you feel like you could have. And it's like the fear that this person may leave, or if they left, or if you left them, that they're going to find someone. Because I feel like this is something that you may have, maybe you're in therapy right now. Okay, that sounds right. So, okay, so it's like if Virgo, like, got out of a relationship, not necessarily that you're in therapy because of the relationship, but you're in therapy, and this is hypothetical. Some of you may resonate with it. And I mean, it could be therapy, it could be a life coach, whatever. It's, or getting a tarot reading, anything. You know, it's you talking to someone that's like an advisor, right? You open up to them about the situation. As you start to sift through things, the person tells you that you either fear intimacy or you're emotionally unavailable, right? And that's like a shock, but you resonate with it and you can see how you work. Instantly, your mind goes back to this person that broke up with you, that you broke up with, or you're in separation from, what have you. And now I feel like it's a wave of worry and anxiety that's like rising up, because it's almost as if you're blaming yourself, you know, like thinking, you know, like it's your fault that the relationship didn't work out. And now with you and this person not being together anymore for whatever reason, it's like now a fear that, because it's almost like feeling like you left the situation and you felt as if you were justified. And now this is kind of undermining the justification you thought you had. So it kind of feels like the rug's being pulled from under you. And like I said, it doesn't have to be that exact scenario, but it's something along those lines. Like it's something that Virgo had an epiphany or got more information on, where in a situation where you formerly felt like you were right, it's like now you're realizing that you were like falsely justifying how it is that you handled the situation, right? So now it's like a desire to want to be with this person and to be what it is that, and I'm saying this is all you. Like, because I'm not saying this is actually happening. I feel like I'm tuning into a perception that Virgos or cross-watchers of Virgos are having, right? So now it's a desire to want to go back and have that connection. Like, you know, I was emotionally unavailable. Hey, let me be emotionally available. Like, I see that it was all my fault type of deal. But I really feel like Spirit is stressing to me to say that this is a perception. Like, this isn't necessarily what's actually happening. It's just kind of how you're perceiving it. So, and I don't want to lose you guys, but it's like kind of listen to the rhythms of that. It's like being stuck, getting information on something, but the information that you're getting is like 50% of the story. It's not the whole story, but it's caused you to feel like responsibility or guilt where you once didn't feel any. And now when you're looking back at the situation, it's almost wanting to go backwards. So it's like you were moving forward, But this half-truth that you found out is actually making you regress, right? Because it's trying to like go back, turn the hands of time and fix something that I don't really feel is broken per se, right? But with the King of Chalices in your, and that could be male or female. Now, with the King of Chalices in your soul lesson position, it's like the true lesson in all of this was really trusting yourself, right? Learning yourself, learning your emotions, finding better methods and means through which to manage your emotions or to become emotionally available. It wasn't to send you backwards, right? So I kind of feel like, in a sense, the fluidity of this water energy, there's like a maturation that's happening here. So it's more or less, and there's a lot of this going on. You're looking in the wrong place to get what you're looking for. It's like you're already on the right path to get you to where it is that, to get you to where it is that would fulfill you, right? And make you feel content. But it's almost as if you're stepping out of alignment with spirit to go backwards because you're thinking you forgot something back there, or you did something wrong, or something needs to be vindicated. And it's more or less everything that was back there that got you to this point that you were on before this half-truth came in and made you doubt yourself. You were already on the right path. So it's like with the awaiting results, and even with the third eye chakra being in reverse, it's like you're stepping out of alignment, but it appears as if you're stepping in alignment. But what happened back there really wasn't a mistake. I hope that makes sense. I pray that that makes sense. You know, so it's almost like you felt as if this person, like when you left, or even if they ghosted you, broke up with you, whatever, you felt good. You were like, you know, you weren't the person for me anyway. But now it's like you're starting to think this person was maybe a soulmate, and they're not, right? You feel me? So your person of interest, their overall energy is retreat, and it's time to disconnect from the world. And then we have dream talk. Your subconscious constantly and subtly speaks through your dreams. It's just one of the many ways in which your soul and those here in the spirit world can reach out and communicate with you through signs, symbols, messages, and more. It's my kind of stuff. Symbology. So for your person of interest, their first card, okie dokie, is the Three of Chalices. What is going on with all of this water, people? In their fierce position, it is you, the Knight of Swords. And in their soul lesson position, we have the Three of Swords. We got 2 threes up in this piece. What is really going on? Yeah, so let me tell you something about this person right here. Cross watcher or Virgo. I don't want to say sexual deviant, you know? If I do use the word sexual deviant, I want to use it in a non-sadistic way, right? So we're not talking about like a creepazoid, but this is somebody who they like sex a lot. They like sex a lot with different people, you know? And I think the thing that's really interesting about this, is that I feel that you were justified in feeling as if this was over with this person, right? And I feel like the burden that you're taking on, like how you're seeing yourself, is actually the way the other person actually is, if that makes sense, right? So it's more or less like, if we go back to our initial example of like, oh, you know, I'm in therapy, I realize I'm emotionally unavailable, And it's like, oh my gosh, this person was cheating on me because I was emotionally unavailable. Yeah, that's not what's happening here, right? Because, and I always tell this to people, a lot of times we judge ourselves so harshly, and we can easily like read an article on narcissism and be like, oh my gosh, that sounds like me. I think I'm a narcissist type of deal, right? And then we end up coming to therapy. And I think more often than not, as a therapist, I consistently tell people, like, if you were a narcissist, you wouldn't be in my office. Like, narcissistic people don't come to therapy. Unless they're one of those grandiose, like, super spiritual narcissists. Like, they're going to be all up in therapy, like, trying to get, you know, intel so they can say psychological stuff to people to sound smart. But when they say it, it's going to sound like they don't know what they're talking about, but somehow they're the only ones that don't know that they sound like that they don't know what they're talking about. But that's neither here nor there. But anyway, so you wouldn't be reaching out to heal or reaching out to a professional to learn yourself, right? Or heal yourself, or even be aware that there's something that's broken to be fixed, or even be desiring to do that if you were, you know, this cold, heartless person. With Virgo, I'm more or less feeling that any sense of emotional unavailability you had was more or less out of self-protection and not out of like malicious intent to where you're intentionally holding your emotions back. Now with this person, I don't feel that they're malicious. I just feel that they're very immature and they're kind of like a horn dog kind of person, you know, like they have, like, they need to grow up, right? Because the thing with them, I get impulse control. It's like they have an issue with impulse control. So for them, they could be in a happy relationship. They could be with a really good person. And I don't even want to go as far as saying, because like devil card ain't here. So I don't want to go as far as saying that it's a sex addiction type of deal, but it's just poor impulse control. So it's like this person just, they react and act and do stuff, but it's like they're emotionally immature. So they're not thinking about, it's almost like they're a person who just wants to have fun, you know? Like, I'm gonna live my best life, but you're like 45. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're 45, dog. Like, not saying you shouldn't live your best life, but you out here acting like you're 18. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's really going on? You know? Just saying. Kids that's in college and things. Lord. But he's very emotionally immature. And even when it comes to, like, thoughts, I can't even say when it comes to thoughts, the man ain't thinking, you know? But I feel like where he is right now, it's a fear of, because there's like two things that are kind of coming out here. And I mean like literally being revealed. So I feel like Virgo had their very own epiphany, but I feel like with this person, like, if they kind of pieced out, like ghosted or abruptly ended the relationship on some stuff, like, I feel like something happened, like they may have cheated or something, and now they know that someone else knows, or the person they cheated with told someone, and now people know, and now it's a fear that they have of you finding out, right? Because I figured, like, I mean, I feel like they figured to take a break, to take a step back, you know, let you cool down, and like they were gonna come back, but I feel like now that's kind of up in the air right now because they're afraid that you're going to find out about this, right? And this kind of feels like, this doesn't feel like something that has happened already. So that's where this whole tuning in with your intuition thing is coming in, Virgo. Because there's so much more to this story, dude, that you don't know. And you're beating yourself up over something. But it's almost like the thing that's going to vindicate you. And I mean, because I could even look at it that way too. It's like you watching this reading can act as a confirmation for maybe an inkling that that you had. But it's like, I feel like you're beating yourself up right now unnecessarily when there's a whole truth that's about to come in about what this person did that's going to, again, validate why it is you left them in the first place, if that's making sense. You know what I'm saying? Because with them, I don't know, man. I don't feel, I don't want to say they're non-committal. I mean, I can't say that they're non-committal because they were committed, but I mean, are you really committed if you cheating? I'm just saying, you know? Like, I just feel like with this person, they're very emotionally immature. Like, there's a need for maturity on their end for whatever reason, but it's like I'm seeing a heavy fear of you finding something out. And I don't feel like this is people who are together. So if you like married, you know what I'm saying, or you in a regular relationship and you find this is not for you, I feel there's like a separation between the people that I'm talking to. Like, this is legit an ex. That is so strange. Oh, dog. Let me tell you something, Virgo. I'm gonna tell you just like this, babe. I'm gonna tell you just like this, babe. I'm gonna tell you like this. My Virgo friend that I love, a cross-watcher person. I'm noticing in this card, 2 of these cards, you know, and I mean just simply the meaning of the middle one, but it's people, right? It's people who are peeping in. It's people in the background, right, that are aware of, like, this main person, right? So the sense that I'm getting with this is, I don't feel like with this person that it's that, like, it's a one-time cheating thing. Like, it's almost like dude has like or chick has a harem of people in the background. And I feel like the people in the background all know who Virgo or the cross-watcher is. Ooh, babe. See, this is why the original Rider-Waite is the bomb. You understand me, okay? This is me splitting your deck while I'm shuffling to clarify. 7 of Wands, stand your ground, and then we have the 9 of Swords. This is where the hell you at right now. This is where you need to be, okay? Because what I'm about to tell you about to get real, okay? So, Mr. Freak Nasty down here, or Mrs. Freak Nasty, they have a whole harem of side chicks and side dudes, right? Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. It's like 2 other people that they have waiting in the wings that, you know, it's not a romantic type of thing. It's just a sex thing. So this may be their exes. This may be people who just like to bone them, whatever the case may be. But these side people, they know about Virgo or crosswatcher. Like, they know about the main person. They're fully aware. They don't even care. Because it's like they're not trying to commit to this person. They just want to have sex with them, you know? So they just come in from time to time and, like, smash, right? But it's like the person wants to be with you, though. And it may very well be that the reason why you guys broke up before was because you were feeling something was amiss. You know what I'm saying? But the whole lesson here is for you to make yourself a priority. It's almost like I feel like this person, not that, I don't want to say they weren't being manipulative because it's a form of manipulation, but it's almost like they made you, like, I feel like you doubt your intuition now because this person made you feel foolish for what you were sensing. And that's the thing that's coming back around. It's like the thing that you're going to find out, or you have already found out about, it's confirmation for what it is you sensed the entire time you were with this person. Like, you felt like something was up, like there was something else going on, but it's almost like dude was like, you tripping, like you insecure. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're insecure and why you worry about other people and I'm with you and stuff like that. But it's like That's what I'm saying. It's like you're beating yourself up unnecessarily because in so many ways you were right. And this is a situation that you needed to let go of. I mean, it's not that big of a deal of the fact that you're stagnated right now because it's not hurting you. I mean, retrograde, we're supposed to be reflecting anyway. I don't really feel like it's messing you up, but it's just energetically you're kind of depleting yourself, trying to fix something that was never wrong. I hope that makes sense. Because what it's looking like, if this person did end up coming back, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be the same type of deal. Like, they'll be with you, but it's like these people are always just going to be there. Like, they're always just going to be there. Because they're not tripping. Because it's not a situation where it's like a side chick, like this dude's in a relationship and I want him to break up with her and be with him. It's like these people are totally cool with all being together. I mean, they're cool with it. I just feel like you're not about that life. Man. Wow. The person cares about you, but y'all are just on two different pages. It's like their concept of what a love relationship is and yours are two very different things. And with their soul lesson with the Three of Swords, it's like them needing to understand, like, and that's why like the Seven of Wands, like with you standing your ground, it's like I feel like with this person is a level of coercion. Either it was in the past, because it may have been something where he suggested, like, oh, you know, maybe we should bring someone else in, you know? And you being the caring person that you are, it's like considering it, you know? Because it's like wanting to please the person. But I feel like that was going against your own personal desires. That's not what you wanted. That's what they wanted. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's something that would continue. Because because, I mean, I can't say that a person, whether a person loves you or not, because I feel like, because what this is like a polyamorous, I can't even say it's polyamorous. This person probably ideally would want to be in a polyamorous situation, but I can't necessarily call it that because I don't feel like Virgo is about that life. And that's, to say that this person doesn't love you would be wrong from my stance, because that would be a bias towards polyamory in favor of monogamy. And that's more of a moralistic judgment. And that's not my realm. You know what I'm saying? Because it's different strokes for different folks. So keeping it like benign, in a sense, like more neutral, it's just a to each its own kind of thing. It's like your person of interest, ideally, they love you. They want to be with you, but they also want to have, so it's like an open relationship. They want to have the opportunity to be able to sleep with other people too from time to time. But in their mind and from their perspective, it doesn't mean that they love you any less. The other people, they don't want to be in your position. The reason why you probably never heard anything from them is because they know that you're the main chick. And they're totally cool with that. They just want dudes peeing from time to time, you know? Or if it's a chick, they want her little Mickey Mouse, you know, from time to time, you know? But I feel like Virgo isn't about that life. Virgo wants something that's more traditional, something that's more mature, something that's, and traditional is the proper word, a more traditional monogamous kind of relationship between two people, like literally just two people, who want to be emotionally available and fulfill each other's desires. So the overall lesson in all of this for Virgo is you learning, like, to heal your emotions, becoming emotionally mature, understanding how to infuse intellect and intuition into your emotional space, and also having the courage and strength to stand your ground. For Virgo's person of interest, it's more or less them needing to learn that what's good for them isn't necessarily good for you, and that because they want to be with you, like because I love you and I want to be with you, that they can't expect you to go against what is innately a value of yours, like to go against your own personal moral code or value system in favor of what they want. Because that's when it becomes a selfish type of thing. Because it's requiring you to sacrifice yourself in favor of what the other person wants. Now, when we're talking about relationships, when you have two people who are on two different pages like that, and this is generally, you have compromise, which means both of you are sacrificing something, right? So when it comes to a personal moral code thing, a personal belief system, and that's really like what polyamory versus monogamy would be. It's a personal belief system. There may be people who feel that monogamy is the quote unquote right way. There's other people who may feel that polyamory is the quote unquote right way. Based on the research that I've done, there is literally equal arguments on both sides. There's a lot of people who believe that human beings were never intended to be monogamous and that the concept of it is completely asinine. But then there's people who argue the same thing against polyamory. It's like, that's completely asinine. That's not how we were built, you know? So to each its own, whatever floats your boat, right? So in that perspective, when it's two things where a person would have to sacrifice like something that's a foundational thing for them, because I feel like for this person, I don't really feel like that's a phase for your person of interest. Like I legit feel like this is their thing. That's what works for them. That's what they want, you know, and it's more or less hoping that you get on board, but it's needing for them to realize that them trying to coerce you or force you into being a part of something, or even allowing you to be a part of something that you didn't know you were a part of, isn't right, you know? So it's more or less them needing to see how their choices, not about judging the fact that of them wanting to be in a polyamorous situation, it's just the fact that you should have let Virgo know. They had the right to know that, right? And that goes back to the thing of how you're feeling guilty right now. And I'm feeling this is a theme for Virgo. More often than not, you blame yourself a lot for things that go wrong, right? Or you doubt yourself when in the context of, you know, your inner knowing, it's doubting oneself in favor of what another person is telling you. And I feel like that's Virgo's lesson in this. The person that you're dealing with, their lesson in all of this is how more or less how secrets keep us sick. What they're keeping from. It's so hard for me to get this out, how this person sees this. Because it's almost like they're seeing it no harm, no foul. Like Virgo will come around, right? And it's seeing how with approaching it that way, hurt not only Virgo or the cross watcher, but you also hurt yourself, right? If honesty would have been granted in the beginning, and I feel like with this dream talk card, it could be an energetic connection between the two of you where the two of you have been dreaming about each other a lot. But also, I feel like this person has been being plagued by dreams because it's almost as if spirit has been trying to tell them that too. So it's like I'm feeling with them, like with that 9 of Swords card, it's like there is a spiritual connection here, but it's like they're feeling that anxiety too. You know what I'm saying? Like the anxiety that Virgo is feeling, thinking that they did something wrong. And it could just be you picking up, because it could be just an energetic tie and Virgo picking up on this person's energy because of them being anxious of you finding out, you know? But I feel like the whole thing is here, they've had several opportunities to be honest about this, you know? And it's kind of one of those things where I feel like it's like divine intervention, because they had several opportunities to tell you. And I don't know, Virgo, I don't know your life. Maybe you would have changed your mind. Maybe you would have been open to it. But it's the fact that this blindness, the fact that you were blindly led into something that you didn't know that you were a part of, is what the hurt actually is. So they were trying not to hurt you by keeping away the truth. But it's like all of this could have been avoided if they just would have been honest in the very beginning. Right? I hope that makes sense, Virgo. I don't know how these readings be 40 minutes, bro. I be trying so hard to make these short. Snow leopard. Take some time out of your usual life and spend it in solitude. Wow. This is for you, Virgo or Crosswatcher. And I'm seeing that they have the retreat card. But I'm seeing this for you, Virgo, mostly because there's a need to get clear. You need to get clear and get grounded, because I feel like, first of all, you want to get back on the path you were on because you were on the right one. But the other thing is there's some stuff that's about to come up now that you're going to have to deal with. You know what I'm saying in reference to this person? I don't know why this is bothering me so much, y'all. Virgo, why is your reading so long? It's 40 minutes, Jesus. Oh, snap. Seven of Cups in reverse, the Two of Cups, the Six of Cups in reverse, and then the King of Cups. Wow. Man, they done messed up this man whole game, dog. Let me tell you something, Virgo. I'm nosy, y'all. I can't help it. This person really cares about you, yeah. And what I'm seeing with the Seven of Cups, the Two of Cups, because I'm clarifying this retreat card in that dream time. I feel like in the time that the two of you have been separated, I think a shift happened with this person. That's why this is causing them so much anxiety. Because I think they were willing to sacrifice how they were handling stuff, right? So it's more or less, you don't know nothing, right? You have no idea this is going on. Oh, and I totally messed that up. But I mean, you discerned it anyway. That's the only reason I'm allowed to tell you. On some level or another, you knew this already. Let me put a disclaimer right here. Oh, man, this reading is so long. We about to do the Dice of Resonance, y'all. But here's the deal. All right. I'm not telling you something you don't already know. If I am, like if you never had an inkling that your dude had like a side chick or something else was going on because he just was acting funny, disappearing on weekends and things of the sort, not answering the phone when he usually does, you know, anything, like something that you felt an inner nudge about. If you never had that, then I would venture to say, right, that this reading is not for you, because the way that my gift is set up, with me doing this kind of work, I would not be the one to tell you something like this that you had absolutely not even a discernment inkling about through a general reading on YouTube. I can assure you of that, right? This is just confirmation, you know? So that's first thing that's out of the way. So me saying this is something that you felt. You do feel like this person is your soulmate, right? And I feel like even you cutting them off or not being with them felt counterintuitive to you, because I don't feel like you were ever at a point to where you even fathom not being with them. Like that just kind of wasn't in the plans. It wasn't a thought of thinking there was a life after this person. So that already felt counterintuitive. So even though you were moving forward, a part of you was still waiting for them, right? But I feel like on their end, it's the same thing. A part of them was waiting on you as well, right? But when y'all were together, you kind of knew something was amiss. While y'all were separated, this person had an epiphany, right? It could have come through a dream or what have you, synchronicity, symbolism, whatever. But during this time apart, it became very clear to them that they really do love you, even though they got the little harem, right? So it's more or less that they were making a decision. So it's like everything became very clear to them, right? And they wanted to come to you, because it's more or less me seeing this as past tense, right? So if we look at our retreat card and the dream talk as the present energy, this is the past energy, right? We got the Six of Cups in reverse and the Seven of Cups in reverse, right? So is this person realizing, like, prior to, they were like in Seven of Cups. It's like all these different chicks, I'm loving this. All these different dudes, I'm loving this. The freedom, I'm loving it. Like, so much, you know, freedom, I don't know what to do with myself, right? Options, 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 right? So this connection breaks, right? They spend time away from you. In this time away from you, they realize, I really care about this person. Like, I really want to be with them. I really have a connection with them. Can't get them out of my mind type of deal. They're energetically in a stance waiting on you as well, right? But Virgo started moving forward, working on themselves and healing. So this person makes the decision with the Two of Cups and the King of Cups to come correct. Like, I'm going to actually commit. I'm actually going to do this the right way because that's what it is that they want. You feel what I'm saying? But then, right? We have our Knight of Swords, right? We got our Three of Cups. We have our Three of Swords. Somebody then came in. Dude then found out that chick been talking. People know. And I feel that it may be someone that you know that knows this person. Not that y'all are like closely linked, but you know how you have those 3 degrees of separation. And now they're terrified because they had plans to come back. But now this shit might come out and completely destroy their plans. But the whole lesson for them is, however this pans out, that they bought this on themselves. Because the foundation of this relationship was dishonesty. You feel what I'm saying? Because that would have been unfair to you. If this didn't come out, right? And maybe if they're just afraid, because there's this whole, like, I feel this energy floating around. If they're just afraid, like having an irrational fear that you'll find out, then maybe this will force them to come clean and tell you the whole truth about everything. And then allow you to make a decision on how you want to move forward. Like putting the power in your hands, right? So on either way, Virgo, if this person does come back, there's a need for you to make sure that you stand your ground and you're clear, right? Because that very well could be happening too. This could be an orchestration from the universe of this person having dreams, freaking out, getting nervous, then got their mind right. They're trying to come back correct, but it's going to force them inadvertently to be honest. So that's so the truth is going to come out regardless whether it comes from them or it comes from someone else and them having to admit to it. But the overall lesson for them is needing to see how this whole situation was built on lies. And even if they came back correct this time, they would still be trying to build a foundation upon lies because they would be bringing you into something blindly, in so many words, right? And so the same for cross watchers, you know. Whew, that was a lot. So the whole thing is with the snow leopard card, Virgo or cross watcher, there's a need for you to get clear and to ground yourself so you're not in this heady space worrying about all this other kind of stuff that don't have nothing to do with it. You have to ground yourself so when this person comes, you're able to respond to the situation from a place where you're attuned and connected and you're grounded, right? To be able to respond to this properly. Because I feel like if this conversation were to happen or you were to find this out where you are now, where you're already like feeling like you did something wrong when you really didn't, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it would, I don't know, throw you over the deep end on some stuff, turn you into the King of Cups reverse. I don't know. I hope that makes sense, Virgo. Oh, Lord Jesus, 48 minutes. I'm going to get it together, y'all. So we're going to throw the dice of resonance. If you're not, did I say residence? Resonance. If you're not familiar with the dice of resonance, it's the 12 zodiac signs. A clarifying die to let you know the role the person plays in your life, as well as whether they're sun, moon, or rising. You also have the opportunity to ask a yes or no question. So you want to formulate that now, you can go ahead and pause me. You know what I'm saying? Not when I'm making a weird face. And I'm going to toss them out, and however they resonate, they resonate. Virgo, I hope and pray that this made sense, because this message is very specific, and to say it's a very specific message is long. Like, can I even do an extended with this? Maybe the extended should be like, I don't know, the same spread again. I have no idea. Anywho, so we have Virgo, we have Sagittarius, we have male or Mars. So they can have Virgo or Sagittarius and Mars, or it could be a male that is a Sagittarius or a Virgo. The word or the role they play in your life is friend, and the answer to your question is yes, in a few weeks. So Virgo, Sagittarius, male or Mars, friend, and yes, in a few weeks. So whatever that means for you. But let me know in the comments what you think, Virgo. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know if I can make an extended reading out of this. This was extended within itself. My goodness, my Lord. What else do you need to know, Virgo? But let me know in the comments below what you think. I love your freaking face, and I will see you guys sooner than later. Deuces.